All right, so we've talked about characterization. We've learned the different types of characters that you're going to see in a story, because we did that on page 19. So we have those, and I'm going to use page 19 to help me if I need it, as I am filling out the next part of the quarter 3 skill practice. So what I want you to also notice, I guess I should have left the other thing on, but what I want you to also see right now, what we've been doing is this. So this is the quarter 3 skill practice on page 53 that I was talking about last week. So we talked about theme, which we already did earlier. We did story elements, which we've been focusing on a lot, and you just took that quiz on there as well. But then at the bottom, we have a characterization. And this is the character change and development. And so it looks like this. So essentially you have the round character, and then you have the round character having different feelings throughout the story, essentially. And then you tell me why that's happening. Now, your page 53 and this, it does look like this, but I ended up changing it a little bit. So I'm probably going to focus more so on this. It looks very similar, but it's a little bit different. Okay. So we're going to go ahead and just do this on Piper, since that's what we did for the theme as well. And so we already have the theme, we have story elements, we have all of that done. So what we're going to do is we're going to do character change and development. So the main character, okay, so the main character, it also says round character. So the round character, again, is, we know a lot about this character. Story would not be the same without this character. We have an emotional connection with this character, okay? So if I think about Piper, there's really only one character that I really know a lot about. The story would not be the same without this character, and it's Piper herself or himself, whatever you guys end up saying with that. Okay, so the little bird is our main round character. Okay, and staying on this as well, it's also the dynamic character, because something changes inside. So when we think about changing inside, we're going to do that with the dynamic character. I guess I should also say this, round and dynamic character. I'll add that in there. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and put what it is, and I'm going to put Piper, and in parentheses, I can also put little bird if that helps to kind of know what's going on. All right. Now, in order to fill the rest of this chart in, what we need to do is we need to prove and we need to show that this character is in fact a round dynamic character. We need to show that it's a dynamic character because they change. They change on the inside. They change throughout the story. They're changing. Okay. We also need to show that it's a round character in the sense of we're having some sort of emotional connection. So seeing that there is a demeanor or a feeling that is changing throughout the story, that allows us to know that's a round dynamic character. So what we're going to do is we're going to prove this. So we're going to just kind of write this in here. So if you need to pause and watch Piper again to kind of help you, you can click it right up here. It will take you to Piper and you can watch it. I have watched it multiple times. So I'm just going to go ahead and just go with it. But if you haven't, pause and rewatch it and then come back with me. Okay. All right. So if I'm thinking about the demeanor or the feeling at the beginning of the story. So right here, I have this in the beginning. And I did it like this because I want you to know that I want you to just show that Piper, the little bird, the round dynamic character, is changing throughout the story. So the first feeling that I feel like I get for Piper, minus that she's hungry, I could even just say that like she's sad, right? She's like, hello, I'm hungry. I want you to feed me. So sad, maybe. She could also be scared. So if I think about the whole thing of the ocean and the waves coming at her, and she's still hungry, so she's sad because she doesn't have food, but she's also scared. That's what I'm going to type here because the waves keep hitting her. Okay, so I'll say sad. Actually, I'll do it this way. She wants food, and mom not getting it for her. And then I'll put this as well, and then I'll say waves keep crashing into her and she can't, oops, sorry, can't get food. All right, I think I'm going to say this a little different. I'm going to put this down here just so I can see I have two of them. All right. Okay. Oh, I'm getting really fancy now. Sorry. All right. So she wants food. That goes with the whole sad thing, and then scared, waves keep crashing into her. She can't get the food. So that's my explanation on why I thought she felt that way, and seeing that. Okay. So then I'm going to keep going through the story. The next thing that she feels, and again, if you need to pause and go back to the story to kind of see, that's fine, because the link's right up here. But the next one that I kind of see is that she is determined. Like there's this part where she first, like it's towards the beginning, right after she's scared and she sees the waves coming and she goes, "Oh, I don't want to be hit by the waves." And she ducks down. Then she gets up and her belly rumbles, and then all of a sudden you can see the look in her eyes and just how she holds herself. She's determined. Okay, so I'm going to put determined, and that's my explanation here. Is that she takes charge and goes after the food. Okay, so she's like ready to go. You can tell that. I kind of want to put this, look in her eyes and how she holds herself. And she really just changes altogether. She's like, nope, I'm going to go do this. Okay. The next one, so the last part here is, how is she feeling at the end? She's feeling happy. So I'm going to just put happy. Joyful. I mean, you could just do joyful if you want to. It doesn't matter. I can put both of them if you want me to. So happy, joyful. She's definitely not hungry anymore. She's not scared anymore. She's very happy. She's joyful. And how I know that is that she is running around in the water, getting shells for every bird. I was going to say everybody. They're not people. Every bird. And I kind of want to say, and she is chirping. It's chirping a lot. I kind of want to say this too. She goes to bed with a full belly. Okay. All right. So what I'm doing is I'm showing you that, yes, she changes throughout the story. So she is a round character. I have an emotional connection with this character. She's also a dynamic character because she changes on the inside. That's what I'm showing right here. So she goes from sad and scared to happy and joyful because she was determined. And then I explain it by using this section over here. So I should have said this at the very beginning, and I apologize, but what I want you to do is I want you to have the same information on here. So if you need to pause and go to yours and just type this in there, you can. But I want you to have the same information because I really just wanted you to see how we're going to start to fill in the characterization part to show that we do, in fact, have the character who is a round, dynamic character. Okay? All right. After you get that filled in, you are good to go with that. And that's all we got. All right. Awesome.